Hey, this is Jim with Diesel Geek, and today we're going to show you how to eliminate slop in your system that keeps you from getting gears. This is a 5-speed Volkswagen transmission. This procedure really isn't specific to the 5-speed transmission. It's pretty much everything from here back is the same as a 6-speed and 5-speed are the same. So all these ideas are the same between the 5-speed and the 6-speed. So the very first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to go in the engine bay and you're going to lock the transmission into the home position. And to get to the home position, you're going to push down on the shift lever, and the locking lever is going to push in and then rotate up. This is on a 5-speed. So that way the selector shaft won't go up and down anymore. So that means the transmission's locked right there. The locking lever on a 6-speed is off on this side, and it won't point straight up, it'll kind of point off to the side, but it's the same idea. The early 6-speeds have a pin, but anyway, you lock the transmission, and then the first thing I want to show you is the slider. This is called the slider, and it joins the side-to-side bracket to the front-to-back bracket. So you can see here, if I push back and forth, there is some slop there. So we do have a part called the super slider, and that's right here. It's on our website under shifter bushings. And so to change the super slider, you just move the side-to-side bracket out and away, and you pop the slider off, and then you take this super slider and put it on the ball. It's like so, and it goes back in the slot, and it's made to a very high tolerance, so there's not going to be any slop there once that's in. Put the shiny clip on. So now when you go back and forth, you can see there's no slop there. So that's a significant amount of slop gone. So then we're going to go back into the engine bay, actually into the cabin. So this is the cabin. The first thing we're going to diagnose is front to back slop. So the transmission's locked, and so I'm going to move the stick back and forth, and you have all this front to back slop, and you hear a clicking noise. That just means that the front to back cable end bushing is gone. This is an old one. They get old and brittle, and then they flake off, and then you've got all this slop here. So that's right here. You just have a metal ring that's barely on there. Sometimes they even come detached. So we have the cable saver bushing, this is the front to back bushing, and so you would just take the flanged end, put it on the ball, and then pop it on, and then put the ring on all the way down, and put the circlip on that, and then flip it back up, and then your front to back slop is pretty much gone. So once the front to back, if you don't have any front to back slop, that means that your bushing is still good and you can probably just leave it alone. So then there's side to side slop is the next thing. And if you bring the camera around to this side, you can see this is the side to side belt crank right here. And so you can see here that there's a whole lot of slop there. There's a bushing that's supposed to be on the end of here that looks like this. This is a good one. And the older they get, the darker they get, and then they eventually crack and then they flake off. This one's completely gone. So you can see it's just not doing anything. So we're going to get rid of that slop right now with the first gear getter. I'm going to take the belt crank off. And the first gear getter just pushes into the belt crank. This one's already installed. So we're just going to slip that down there. Pop it on, put that in, and then screw this back in. And you can see there that we don't have that slop there anymore. You have a 1-to-1 ratio of movement. This moves and this moves at the same time, and so that's a whole lot of slop gone. But as you can see, there's still a lot of movement there. And what that means, the side-to-side cable end has a missing bushing, and in the cable saver kit we have the new Delrin bushing. So you just push that into the hole, put that onto the pin, and then there's a little black clip that goes on there. This is all detailed in the the cable saver YouTube videos that we have. And so now we put it back here and go side to side, and there's almost no slop. And so we've gotten rid of all that slop. The very last set of bushings that we have for getting rid of the slop is the upper and lower spring seat, the shaft bushings. Those are these two bushings right here. These bushings are made out of the same rubber as the cable saver and the first gear getter bushings. And so these locate the shaft very precisely. It's a trickier procedure, but let me see if I can get it here. And these bushings, this one's just crumbling, just crumbly. See that? And you just pull the spring seat up, pull the lower bushing there down. Make sure there are no pieces of this down in the hole. When they get all bad, you have to dig it out. But that's detailed in the shaft bushings page. So there's my screwdriver. So this one, you just get a little screwdriver and turn it sideways, and that opens a gap. And then it'll slide down into the slot. And you put the spring on, the upper seat, push it down, and then you put the clip back on. So now we've gotten rid of the slop here too. So you can see just a very, very tight interface. There's just really no slop. I do have a video on shimming the ball, and the shim slides down on the outside of the shift cup. That's a free mod. You just take a piece of cardstock and it goes down there, and that takes rid of some slop here if you have slop right there. This one's already been shimmed, so I'm not going to do that. But that, in a nutshell, is getting rid of the slop in your Mark IV shifter system. It makes the car a lot nicer to drive, and also it makes it to where you can get your adjustment done. We do have a deluxe set of bushings now. It has the cable saver, the first gear getter, and the shaft bushings, along with a 5mm adjustment pin. The adjustment pin goes down through both of these holes to get your shifter adjustment done. But this kit now is on the Diesel Geek website, and if you have a bunch of slop, it'll take care of it. That's it.